something that's been niggling at me for years regarding not only Liverpool Football Club, but all football clubs across the country and probably across the world, is hospitality. Now we've seen over the years, well, certainly over the last couple of years, that I've heard lots, and I've been to matches myself, where the crowd just isn't as loud as it used to be. And there are reasons for that. Obviously, there's poor performances, which obviously will stop fans getting behind the team because it works in tandem. But a lot of things that are coming out is to do with a lot of people coming over from different countries and getting the tickets and paying excess over the odds for these tickets. Excuse me, I've got a fly buzzing around me. Maybe your spider can eat my fly.
The spider, honestly, like I kid you not, the spider just there. I'm thinking, is it looking at me or am I looking at it? I'm just fixed. I'm fixated about it.
Yeah, it's just annoying me at the moment. I was scouting around a little bit, and what came up was Liverpool Football Club's tickets. Okay, so I was looking at potential tickets for the pre-season friendlies and stuff like that, and then I went into the hospitality side of things to see how much and what the packages were. I came across one, and I specifically pulled Man City, obviously being one of the big clubs to go and watch against Liverpool. Now, I didn't know this, but Liverpool have a some sort of sponsorship deal with Japan Airlines, and they have their own lounge in the club. To get a package to go and watch Liverpool Football Club against Man City in the lounge with a 3-course meal, a ticket, a match day program. I don't know if it's a free drink or some free drinks. It doesn't actually specify, and a match day gift. £1,884
per person.
Per person.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, I have the screenshots of that, and it gives the breakdown of what's in the package. I can send that to you if you want to use it. I think that's absolutely disgusting. And I'd just like to know your thoughts, guys, on whether they're going too much into this whole hospitality thing and trying to make more money out of people than they really need to. Because personally, I don't think these packages are worth what they're asking, especially things like that. Now, I see other packages are less for different teams. But when you're looking at like the grade A teams, you're looking at mega money. And the bog standard fan, and I'm one of them, a lifelong fan. I live in Liverpool, as you know. I struggle to get tickets, and I certainly could not afford £1,884 for a hospitality seat. Now, yes, there are people out there that can and have no problem doing that. But look at the amount of fans that can't. So I think what's happening is a lot of people from other countries are, that are richer, are going, you know what, I've got a membership, I'm going to go on there, I'm going to get a hospitality package for myself and my partner or my friend or whatever. And I think also with the tickets as well, they come over, they don't know the songs, they don't know the chants, they don't know anything. They're just sat there recording it on their phones. And I think that's impeding the match day experience for fans. So I'd like your guys' thoughts on this whole thing regarding the hospitality, the tickets, and the actual the sounds and the aura that just doesn't seem to be there anymore. Not like it used to be.
Paul, I'd love for you to go first.
Well, going back to the end of last year when we had Chelsea visiting us, I was trying to get a standard ticket for that, and because of my situation needing a wheelchair spot, they had all gone and they were limited. Now I was offered a hospitality ticket at £700, which was guaranteed to get me into the ground to see the game, but I would have been paying that for a meal I didn't want and to probably be in an area like Kev said with no atmosphere. I would have wanted to be down, you know, amongst it all with the true fans. So it's a lot of money, and I think stepping away from locals trying to get a ticket, I think the hospitality side of it is all about them being able to package a deal. Like Kev said, if they've got a deal with a Japan airline or whoever it may be, that they know, why would they want to sell the likes of you and I a ticket for £60 where they can take that seat and sell it as a package abroad for in the excess of nearly £2,000? You know, and this is the worry for me, is as the club grows and its presence on the world stage grows, and let's face it, we're already there, we're a huge club on the world stage, it's all about money for them. It's all about money. And don't be kidding anyone when they go, oh no, we'll always be there for our true supporters, because they won't. Not long term. If they can sell your ticket, let's say you're a season ticket holder and you can't get to a game, so you put it back into the system for someone else to buy, are they really going to sell it to the likes of you and I when they can go and package that seat up as a fat £2,000? Of course they are. So this is the thing. Where will our club be long term? Yes, it's nice to have that money coming in, and it enables them to make a nice profit on it and put hopefully some of that back into the club. But that's not helping. Imagine Anfield without the Anfield Roar, without the people on the cop who sing the songs.
12
and
man.
that exactly that. So yeah, it is a concern. Right now, it's not doing too much damage, but it's sad that sometimes the working class man has to pay an extreme amount of money to watch 90 minutes of entertainment. We're not interested in the meal. We're not interested in the free drink. We're not interested in a free program or a gift. We just want to watch the football, our beloved Liverpool. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Berman?
It's an interesting one, because I don't think that this is something that we should be too surprised is happening. Do you remember when we're talking more than maybe 15 years ago, Paul Scholes mentioned the prawn sandwich brigade coming to Old Trafford and watching it. When the Premier League started, it was very much a working person sport. The working class person would go and watch the game. It was a relatively cheap, by all means, kind of form of entertainment, and you'd be part of it. That was kind of what you were paying in for. Then we got to the stage where it became football for entertainment and not your part of your club. And now it's getting to the point where there's not enough quote unquote middle class people within the UK that they can kind of make a quick buck off. So they're now looking abroad and seeing how much more can we start to generate as businesses. I can actually even understand from the point of the person buying it. If I'm paying £1,800 for a ticket, I'm asking to be entertained at that price. You know, you need to bring the entertainment to me. So I don't want to necessarily blame that fan, because they're just doing what's available to them. Ultimately, we need to hold our clubs accountable and say, the only reason that you're able to charge these prices is because people want to come in and have an Anfield experience. The only way you're going to have an Anfield experience is if you have true Liverpool fans. So we need to strike a compromise here where a certain number of tickets are guaranteed and are not necessarily just season ticket holders, but guaranteed for people within the local vicinity or are part of a fan group or something like that.
Yeah.
And then if you need to have hospitality packages because you are looking to generate income, fine. But if it's really starting to feel like it's starting to sway to the side where there's going to be more hospitality, more kind of tourist tickets than there are local people, and we will lose the soul of our clubs. My fear is that we're already quite a way there, and how we claw that back is quite difficult unless we go down the Bundesliga model, which I don't know if there's enough appetite for in the Premier League.
So I went. I was in Liverpool a few months back now, and I went to Anfield for the Anfield tour. And out of 30 people there, I'd say more than half were like from Asia, a few from America as well, and then literally a few from the UK. And at the end, or near the end, when like we were walking onto like the stadium or like around the stadium, I think everyone was actually talking, and literally I'd say three quarters of them were actually going to attend a game. So that was Americans and actually people abroad. I didn't ask how like much your ticket was, how like much like the ticket were, but you know, it must have been quite a few because there were groups.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I think that's just how football is going. It's not even just Liverpool, exactly what Berman said. It's kind of something that's only going to increase, supply and demand, right? You know, if like people want to enjoy Liverpool and literally what Liverpool stands for, you know, and the history in a kind of roundabout way, they can also have to pay for that coming from a different country. And if Liverpool can package that in a way where they can make close to two grand, if not more, then I don't blame them. As long as it's helping the local community, that's the kind of key thing. And when I was there, I think Kev, you can probably even talk more about it. But literally, when I was kind of looking at like a, you know, I'd say like a lot of the staff and people around, you know, it seemed like, you know, they were the kind of local people, which was amazing. That knew a lot about Liverpool, which was amazing. Which I think a lot of the, you know, takings when it kind of comes to the kind of experience goes into. I went to Ireland a couple of weeks ago, last week, and I went to a Gaelic football game, and I paid not a lot of money, but a little bit more to be at the front to get the experience than I would at the back. And hey, like, you know, when you spend money, I want the experience. You know, when I'm literally not at home, I'm going on holiday, and money isn't really the thing I'm thinking of. I'm thinking, what kind of experience which is purely about this city, this country, whatever it is. And I spent a little bit more to be at the front and to get, and literally, I was literally one of those fanboys with my phone while people were singing. I didn't know what the words were, but I was, I literally had my phone. So yeah, you know, I don't necessarily see a huge problem. However, I want a lot of that money to be put into the local communities. You know, because literally, you know, it's the kind of community which is the heartbeat of like Anfield.
Yeah,
it's not the Rolls Royces, it's not the you know, like the kind of, you know, people coming in, you know, in their nice shiny, you know, shiny suits. You know, that's not what Liverpool is, you know, is about. But you know, that's literally how aware like football is going. It's kind of more of an entertainment brand now than like just the football, you know, side of it.